What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and I'm bringing you guys a very important channel update video. I'm going to be talking about a lot of new ideas that I want to bring to the channel. I'm going to be explaining why I'm doing them, and it might not be the most entertaining video in that regard, but hopefully you guys are somewhat excited for some of these ideas, because I know I am. And the only other thing worth mentioning is that I have a Toriko chapter review out, what I thought was the final chapter of Toriko, but it's actually the second to last. Go ahead and check that out once you're done with this video. It's up on my channel. But with all that being said, without further ado, let's get started. So as you guys may or may not know, I went on a vacation to Hawaii for a week with my family. I wasn't making any videos, and it gave me time to think about the channel, think about some new ideas, where I wanted to go with the channel, and I have some ideas, needless to say. So let's start off with the semi-bad news first. Not really, but, well, I'll just tell you guys, it's less chapter reviews. Chapter reviews just haven't been that enjoyable for me to make lately. I haven't felt like doing them. Sometimes I'll crank one out or whatever, but they just aren't that fun. Even live reacting hasn't been that enjoyable lately. There's just not much to talk about sometimes. But of course, that's the trick there. Not much to talk about. If a chapter comes out, because see, I said less chapter reviews. If a chapter comes out and it's really, really good and really phenomenal, and you guys go to my Twitter at DAJFilms or on Google Plus or wherever, and you say, hey, this chapter was really, really badass and I haven't read it yet, I'll do a live reaction. Or if I read the chapter and I see that it's really fucking badass, I'll do a review. Whether it be a cool fight chapter, an emotional chapter, a huge chapter for the story, mainly pertaining to 7 Deadly Sins, because Toriko's going to be ending soon. And don't worry, no matter what, you're going to get a Toriko final chapter live reaction, obviously. But that's essentially what's going to happen. Less chapter reviews. I don't think I'm going to bring on any series to review. I'm just going to leave it as it is. But the reason why I'm doing less is because I want to make room for the other stuff. So let's get to the other stuff. The good news, if you will. First off, more discussion videos. I like making discussion videos talking about, you know, I've done some on adaptation, I've done some on death in anime and manga, I've done quite a few Dragon Ball ones as of lately. They're very, very fun to make, and definitely want to keep making more, and freeing up the schedule during the week to make time for more discussion videos is definitely a plus. Also, episode reviews are unaffected. I like doing episode reviews. There's plenty to talk about in terms of animation or tone or pacing or whatever, so episode reviews are going to stay. Number 3 is top 10s / fact videos. I don't know about you guys, but I've always liked seeing fact videos about series that I like or just interesting things in general, and I figure I could make some based around anime and manga. I know this is not a new concept. There's probably plenty of other channels that would do this better than me. Honestly, a lot of these ideas will basically be pilots. I'll make a video, see how you guys react, see how the views are, and decide whether or not I want to keep going with them. But I feel like making a video like top 10 facts about, or not top 10, but just 10 facts about this series, or 10 facts about this voice actor, or 10 facts about this manga artist, or 10 facts about this animation studio. I think those could be interesting. They wouldn't be bullshit ones like Goku's the main character of Dragon Ball. Like, no shit, I'd try to find other stuff, you know, that's more interesting, that you may or may not already know, but is a little bit more obscure. And then top 10s are your basic. I'd be like, you know, top 10 anime openings, top 10 anime fights, which is a very difficult list. Top 10 main protagonists, that's a very difficult list. But yeah, you know, top 10 lists, you know what I mean? I've done a couple, at least one, top 10 old guys. Do I have any others? Oh yeah, top 10 Aura beatdowns from JoJo, but anyways. Number 4, something I mentioned a very long time ago. Actually, I'm not even sure if I mentioned it in a video, but versus matchups. I think versus matchups are a really cool idea, and I definitely think they could be fun to play around with. I mean, I wouldn't have the crazy production value of Screw Attack, but still. Also, I think it would be fun to do a versus matchup that's not a death match, because it's always like a death match. I would like to take the characters and really think like, okay, well, let's consider their personality, let's consider how they strategize, and then fight them against each other. Say I pin a character who doesn't like to kill against a character who does like to kill. That would factor in. It wouldn't just be, oh, let's just do a death match, you know what I mean? Because it's just a fun hypothetical, and I definitely think that could be a fun video series to start up. I don't know who I'd start with. I don't know when any of these videos would start, so yeah, but probably sometime next year, early. My next video idea is evolution of a series, which is basically taking a look at a series, how it started and where it is currently, or looking at how it ended and how it evolved over time. A perfect example of this would be, I kind of mentioned in my Steven Universe video I made recently, that the series is drastically different now than how it was when it first started. Well, maybe not drastically different, but there's huge art style differences, voice acting differences, tone differences, humor differences, and it'd be really cool to go into a series like Dragon Ball or One Piece or, you know, Steven Universe again is a perfect example, and break down how they started and where they came and maybe how some of those changes came about, and yeah, that could be really interesting, I think. And the last thing I want to add to my channel is more of an expansion of my every episode of a series reviewed. As you guys probably already know, I do every episode reviewed for very noteworthy series like Hunter x Hunter, The Legend of Korra, Yu Yu Hakusho, to name a few. I'll review every single episode in a double review format. I'll sit down, I'll say, hey, how's it going, you guys? petplatypus, blah, blah, blah. Time to review episodes 1 and 2, starting off with episode 1, or whatever. Then I'll move on to episode 2. I want to bring more of that to you guys because I think it's a good formula for reviewing an entire season of a show. However, I don't have a lot of time to make all of those videos. So what if I did condensed versions? Maybe there's a series that I'm watching like Samurai Jack, which I really got into after watching the first season, and I had things to say about each episode, or things I want to say about each episode, but not enough for an entire review. Well, I could do really short micro reviews, but why not just put all those micro reviews that I could make into one long video and call it every episode of Samurai Jack Season 1 reviewed? I thought about doing this with the first season of One Punch Man, maybe Parasite, that's another series that I've been planning to review for a while now, where I just give these 1 to 2 minute reviews on each episode, and then move on to the next one, and it'd be like a 20 to 30 minute video. There'd be annotations to skip around to different episodes. And that way I could literally review entire seasons. I wouldn't sit down and do the formulaic, how's it going, you guys? Here's the story. Here's the characters. Here's how they develop. Here's how the animation. Like, you know, going through all the motions. I mean, at least that's how it feels for me. I know other people can use that formula and it works fine for them. I'm not saying it's a bad formula. But for me, I feel like I'm going through the motions when I record a review like that. And it's why I don't have a lot of full series reviews on my channel. But if I could do a video like this where I can actually give thoughts, brief thoughts, but still thoughts on each individual episode and literally review the entire season in one video, I think that could be a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable. I could get way more every episode of series to you guys. They'd be condensed, they wouldn't be the full-fledged thing, but they would still be there, you know what I mean? And this would not take away my original format at all. I wouldn't be changing formats. For actual noteworthy anime or noteworthy series that I do have enough to say about after doing my initial first impressions video, those will get the original double review treatment. But this is for smaller series or series that I don't have as much to talk about but still want to talk about regardless. It is in no way an original idea. There's actually a YouTuber who is way more popular than me called Pie Guy Rules, who does this for the SpongeBob series. My format would be different from his, but if you go look up Pie Guy Rules, every episode of SpongeBob reviewed, click on one of those, you get a basic idea of how the video structure would work. I would make some changes, of course, wouldn't want to rip him off completely, but still want to give him credit. Even if I don't know if he came up with the idea, but that's where I saw the idea. But yeah. So with all that being said, I want to explain why I'm bringing all these new things to the channel. I like making I used to like making chapter reviews, I should say, and I like doing episode reviews, and you know, the One Punch Man live reactions got really good views, but my issue is, like, what do I do long term? Because some of my most viewed videos are live reactions, they got a lot of views when they first came out, and some of my videos get views way after the fact, which is kind of surprising. But for the most part, they get their initial views when they come out because they're fresh, and that's it. Thinking long term, I want to start making more videos that you can click on at any time. You know, versus matchup between these two characters. You know, someone could click on that and say, hey, that sounds cool. You know, it's not Toriko chapter 235 from 2 years ago. Like, no one's going to watch that video a year from now, you know what I mean? I want to make rewatchable videos that can be watched anytime, and still review current stuff, because those do bring in pretty good views, like JoJo and Dragon Ball Super and Seven Deadly Sins, at least, you know, on occasion. But I definitely want to bring a lot of these newer ideas to the channel. All of them are going to get at least one video to start with to see how the views turn out, to see how you guys react. A couple of them I might give follow-up videos just to see, you know, test the views one more time. But that's basically how it's going to work out. Those are the ideas. So tell me what you guys think. Are any of these ideas something you guys would be excited to see? More discussion videos, versus matchups, fact videos, top 10s, evolution of a series. Do you guys want to see these videos? Let me know in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also follow me on Twitter at DAJFilms. Give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. This is an audio review, and I actually did the thumbs up thing. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.